JNN is made possible by Constress Incorporated.
Welcome back, Jags. We hope you all had a great summer. I'm Joe Nicholson.
And I'm Eva Eves. Yes, Joe, the 2025 to 2026 school year has begun, and with it, many new exciting opportunities.
That's right. The canned food drive and many other Madison Central events are right around the corner. More on that later, though. In this month's episode of The Central, we'll be learning about what it takes to run a business and explore an exhibit dedicated to African American youth Emmett Till.
Yes. Now let's go to Condoleezza with the weekly weather.
Hey there, Jax. Let's talk about the weekly weather in Madison, Mississippi for the week of October 6th through the 10th. To start the week, on Monday, October 6th, we'll see a light cloud cover with mostly sunny skies. Expect mild weather conditions with a high of 85 and a cool low of 65, making Monday a great day for outdoor activities. On Tuesday, October 7th, a few more clouds will roll in. Tuesday is another perfect day for enjoying that last little bit of warm weather with a similar temperature of 80-degree highs and 60-degree lows. On October 8th, clouds will cover the skies. Temperatures will stay warm with a high of 85 and a low of 63. Break out the sunglasses because on Thursday, October 9th, the sunny weather returns with highs in the mid-80s and a low of 60. Yet another beautiful day here in Madison, Mississippi. To wrap up the forecast, on Friday, October 10th, expect mostly cloudy conditions with a high of 86 degrees and a low of 61. Expect a fantastic start to your weekend. And that's your 5-day forecast. Plan accordingly and have a great week. This has been Condoleezza Mobit with your weekly weather. Now back to Joe and Ava with the news.
Thanks, Condoleezza. It sounds like I'm going to have to take your advice and go to the park.
Me too. In other news, the Madison Central Canned Food Drive will be October 14th through the 17th. All cans donated will go to the Mississippi Food Network.
Yes, Joe. Cans donated will go to feed thousands of hungry Mississippians. You can drop off your cans in the cafeteria and record them with an SGA member. Remember, this is a competition between grade levels.
Definitely. Shopping carts and extra assistance will be available for students who bring large quantities of cans. Every little bit helps. Now stay tuned as we learn about the world of business.
Yes, a new restaurant has recently opened a new location in Madison, and many are curious about the skills required for running it. Scarlett Sullivan reports on this next.
Tuk Tuk Boom has recently opened a new location in Madison. With new opportunities, both locations are joining together to open their business to more customers. Amanda Shute is the manager of the Jackson location for Tuk Tuk Boom. She has been in the industry for 12 years. She is devoted to her restaurants and making the best business decisions for them.
So our day-to-day task when we come in the building every day is to walk through the restaurant, make sure everything that was done the night before is clean, comfortable in the restaurant. We make sure the music is just right. So with our Jackson and Madison locations, we actually do 90% of our prep in our Madison location, and they in turn sell it to Jackson.
Amanda Keys is the head storefront manager of both locations. She's working hard to cooperate with the two businesses.
So Madison and Jackson work together closely by cross-training in both restaurants. We have pulled employees from Jackson. We started off training in Jackson, but Tuk Tuk Boom is very adaptive to changes during the opening phase. We understand that everything is not going to be just how we envisioned it from the very beginning. So what we kind of do is we kind of plan for everything and then we just roll with it.
Will Puckett is the owner of Tuk Tuk Boom in Jackson and has been a community staple for years. He works hard to balance the business and financial aspects of his restaurants.
Some factors that go into hiring leadership and management roles. I would say number one, you just got to be a good person, a good, happy person. It's all culture driven. You can walk in here and you can automatically see everyone's pretty generally going to be in a pretty good mood. Everyone's going to be really nice. In the restaurant business, you never know what you're going to deal with on a day-to-day basis. There's so many variables with staff, so being able to slide someone over to Jackson or someone from Jackson come to Madison to help out each other for the day is pretty awesome.
Tuk Tuk Boom's business is expanding to more people in the Jackson area. With their partnership and passion for business, their restaurant is quickly becoming a community staple. This has been Scarlett Sullivan with JNN.
Wow, running a business is hard work. Who knew?
In other news, phone service has been restored since the 911 outages swept across Mississippi and Louisiana on September 25th.
Due to a severed fiber cable, residents unfortunately experienced outages of 911 emergency calling systems for several hours.
Yes, according to Jerry Burns, Deputy 911 Coordinator of Forest County, residents had to wait on the line until being transferred to the National 911 call center.
I'm just glad the issue has been resolved. In sports-related news, let's cut to Ainsley Deal with our Jaguar sports update.
Recently, in Jaguar sports, our football team played 3 games. The first game against Brookhaven. The Jaguars lost the game 20-17 after a single overtime. Your Jags then went on to win their next 2 football games, beating Warren Central 32-24 in our homecoming game. The volleyball team has seen a lot more action, playing in 10 games recently. The Lady Jags won 7 of the 10 games, and volleyball kicks off their playoffs next week here in the Jungle. Madison Central is currently ranked 9th in the state for volleyball and 11th for football. Next week, our Jaguar girls golf team will play at the MSU Invitational, and the boys golf team will play at the Region S7A tournament. Also, the Jaguar swim team will be competing in the MHSAA state meet on October 17th. Good luck, Jags. This has been Ainsley Deal with your Jaguar Sports Update. Now back to Joe and Ava with the news.
Thanks, Ainsley. I guess you could say she really touched down on a bunch of major sporting events.
Very funny, Joe. Anyways, before we get into our next segment, a quick reminder is needed. Beginning the 2025 to 2026 school year, a district-wide phone and earbud ban had been placed on Madison County schools.
Yes, excluding break and lunch, it is very important that all phones and earbuds remain in backpacks. Failure to do so will result in confiscation, a referral, detention, or even suspension. Yikes. I'll snap my friends back when I get home.
Yeah, me too. In other news, the Emmett Till exhibit has recently acquired a new artifact. Andrea Ray reports on this next.
The Civil Rights Museum recently acquired the gun used to kill Emmett Till. The gun is now on display in an exhibit dedicated to his life and death. Sydney Gardner is the Museum Division Director for Mississippi Department of Archives and History. She oversees the museums and historic sites all over the state.
When we received the gun, we knew that that gun should be in a very secure spot, but knowing exactly that this pistol was used in the murder of a 14-year-old boy, that really sparked the civil rights movement across the nation. It's pretty powerful.
Hezekiah Watkins is a museum educator. He is a civil rights activist who was arrested and sentenced to death at the age of 14 for protesting about segregation. He now talks about his experience at the Civil Rights Museum.
My experience as a young man growing up in Mississippi was horrifying based on the racism, the hatred, and everything else that was going on. My experience as a freedom rider, I would first say educational. I learned so much about myself and what really was taking place in this cruel world in which I was growing up in. I learned so much about Mississippi as a whole that I did not know.
Nan Prince is the Director of Collections and Artifacts. She oversees all historic objects owned by the department. She oversees photographing, cataloging, and researching of all objects in the museum.
The murder of Emmett Till really served as a catalyst for the civil rights movement. So many of the people who were involved in the movement, they look at the murder of Emmett Till as the thing that spurred them to get involved in the movement. They knew if that could happen to Emmett Till, that could happen to them, and it's something that made them want to fight to make sure that they also had rights. I think one of the most important reasons people should learn about the civil rights movement is understand how hard people fought to get the right to vote, to get the right to choose the school that they went to. Some people gave everything. Some people gave their lives. So it's important to remember the sacrifices of the movement so that we don't go backwards.
This exhibit is an important part of our state history. With the help of Hezekiah Watkins, Cindy Gardner, and Nan Prince, Mississippians are better educated today. If you want to learn more, come to the Civil Rights Museum in Jackson, Mississippi. This is Andrea Ray with JNN.
Thanks, Andrea. Such a powerful exhibit. I'll be sure to visit soon.
Definitely. Thank you for tuning in to Season 9, Episode 1 of The Central. This has been Joe Nicholson.
And Ava Eves
with JNN.